So we got the mods video. Let's talk about the tuning aspect of them. So this is just specifically for F bodies. I'm not counting a Corvette or a B body. They have some similarities, but this is just for F bodies, because F bodies are probably about 90% of my clientele as far as LT1 stuff goes. So we'll just start at the first year for the LT1 on the F body and go all the way to the last. So first year we got 93. 93 is a chip-based PCM. You need to burn a chip for it to tune it. I don't do that. Reasoning, I don't do that. No one wants to purchase the equipment for me to properly data log it and dial it in remotely. Okay, so if you have one of these vehicles and you need it tuned, I'm not just gonna sell you a chip and just call it done. That's just not the way to do things. Like, it's mail order crap. Junk. Don't do it. Okay, it's 2024. There's a ton of information out there. We have the internet and all that. So you need to dial it in, period. And like, unless you have like just something that's like, you know, I have a cold air intake and headers. Okay, fine. You could probably get away with something like that. But again, you're way better off with just a custom tune. So you need a chip burner. You need some chips. So 27SF512 is the chip number. And then you need a way to data log it. So you need a laptop and you need an ALDL cable and a couple of free programs, and you can data log it. But no one wants to buy the chip burner. No one wants to buy the chips, etc., etc. So I particularly don't mess with them. Every time I do send a list out of what you need to purchase, no one buys it. Cool. So I don't really tune them. And it's not like I'm trying to push you away. I'm just trying to do this right. I'm trying to do it the right way. I'm not trying to sell you anything that's, oh yeah, I'll be all right, I've done a million of them. No. Moving on, go to 94. Oh, you need a wideband, period. If you want to dial in your wide open throttle fueling, you need a wideband. I don't care what the narrow bands say at wide open throttle. I don't care who's tuned them for 36 years or whatever. I don't care. You need a wideband. Again, it's 2024. We have the equipment, we have the knowledge, we have the internet. The way to do it is get a wideband, period. Moving on, 94, 95 cars. Same PCM, just a little bit different tuning on individual cylinders, and the transmission tuning's different for automatics. These are flashable PCMs. All you need is a laptop, an ALDL cable, and a wideband of your choice, and you can tune it. Fairly simple. The ALDL cable is around $60 to $80, somewhere around there. I can't remember an exact price. The programs you need are free, $99. As of right now, my tuning cost for one of those, if you want a remote tune done for a 94, 95, it is $300. And you need all that equipment above. You need the wideband, you need the cables, and you need your proper running vehicle. That's just for an all motor setup. Boosted setup, add $100 to it. That's $400. 96, 97 cars. I get asked about these probably 5 to 10 times a week if I do them. Yes, if they're PCM swapped. Here's the story on that. This is why. Everybody thinks OBD2 is just great. It was the greatest thing since sliced bread. OBD2 was just an emissions thing. That's it. The programming inside of the OBD2, the 96, 97 OBD2 PCMs is literally the same exact tables as a 94, 95. All it has is a crank sensor provision for misfire codes only, and they changed the entire check engine light list for it. So all the DTCs, they changed the entire thing. So you get all the P codes instead of, like, you know, code 12 or whatever. You get all the P codes now. So they went with a standard system, but it's the exact same thing. It's the same timing tables, same fueling, same MAF tables. All that stuff is the exact same. Are they tunable? Yes. If you want to spend $570+ on Jet DST and another $200 on a separate program to data log it. So that's almost $800 in tuning just for the programs that you need. There used to be a program called LT1 Edit. I am not sure if it cost money or not. I have no earthly idea. This was before my LT1 time. But there's a couple of older guys that still have it, but it's impossible to remote tune it. You can't remote tune it. They physically need your PCM to flash a base tune on it. I don't like that at all. I don't really do that too often. If I do, it's like a VATS delete, or, you know, it's a bolt-ons car to just get you to my house, or like you change the injectors or something, but it is not done. I need to mess with it. Like, I tell everybody this. The workaround this is you can purchase that program, more power to you. I have a copy of the software on my laptop, and it's not great. The programming sucks. It's terrible. The free stuff for the 94, 95 cars way better than this stuff. So the workaround this is you can PCM swap it. A 94, 95 PCM directly bolts onto it. All you need to do is change the knock sensor over to a 94, 95 style. That's it. That's all you need to do. Plug it in, play, get you an ALDL cable on a laptop, just like a 94, 95 car. Start tuning on it. Or another cool thing about the 94 or the 96, 97 cars is that you can just 0411 swap the PCM. So you need to repin the PCM side of the harness, and you can run a batch fire tune in it. So a batch fire tune would be a 354 tech tune, an L31. You can start off with that and go to town and start tuning on it if you're knowledgeable about repinning the harness. It is not hard. I've done quite a few of them. They're easy. The programming to use for that is HB tuners. So you just use HB tuners, or if you're really cheap, use PCM Hammer. I have personally never used PCM Hammer and Tuner Pro in that aspect. I use Tuner Pro for tuning LT1s. That's it. Like just the OBD1 LT1s. Great program. Now, if you want to get, okay, oh, and another note on the 96, 97 cars, when you 411 swap it, you still retain the distributor in the front. It's not like a coil pack swap. That's 24X. I'm talking 4X batch fire. You can still retain the Opti, but it doesn't use the sensor inside of it. It just uses it as a distributor. So you still keep the coil, you still keep the ICM, you still keep all the factory wiring, except that PCM side of the harness. That's it. If you can follow a diagram, you can definitely swap it over. It's not difficult at all. Now, if you want a 24X swap any of the engines, we'll start at 93. With 93, you need to swap the entire harness over to either a 94, 95, or 94 through 97 harness. If you want to do torque head, because torque head's essentially a plug-in play, or you can get an EFI Connections harness and run a factory 0411 PCM, not a modified one. The modified one is a torque head one, and I'm personally not a fan of it. It's just a one-off unit. It's a cool design. It's cool to have it just plug it and play, but me personally, I'd rather a regular 411 PCM that I can go to the salvage yard and pick one up for 30 to 80 bucks. If it ever takes a dump on me, it's a factory non-messed with PCM, you know, internally. So that's just how I feel about it. But you can do you. I've ran into issues with both systems, so you're never going to get away from issues, really. It's just the nature of the beast. 94, 95 cars, all you need is the torque head unit if you want plug-in and play, and HP tuners. Pretty simple to do. 96, 97 cars, again, plug-in and play, HP tuners with a torque head or EFI connections if you want to do the whole harness and everything. Now, how I start tuning, when you do a remote tune through me, you need to learn, you need to send an email. So if you can send an email and follow directions, you get to go. You got this. So we'll just start with the LT1 stuff, how I do it. I have you send me your file. I send you a base file back according to your mods, which I've probably done one similar to it, so we get one that's close so we don't have to fight it a lot. I have you just flash it, go log it, go drive it for a minute. No wide open throttle, just 30 minutes of various RPMs and loads. You send me the log back. If it's good enough for inspection, hey, we're gonna go right into speed density mode. So that means I'm gonna turn the math off, and you're gonna log it again, flash it, log it again for 30 minutes, various RPMs and loads. And it's okay if you go longer than 30 minutes. You can go 45 minutes to an hour, I don't care. That's cool with me. The more data, the better. I just say a minimum of 30 minutes. Usually it does the job. So you go in various RPMs and loads. Send me that log, and you're gonna be logging with EEHack. Send me that log. I review the log. I send you a revision back, and we keep going. We do diagnostics if we need to. So say if I think you have low fuel pressure or something mechanically wrong, we do that in the process. So that comes with it. On that note, that can actually make your tuning process longer too. So I've had people on a month or two before, and it's just, you'll just find one little niche thing like that was mechanically wrong with it, and cool, we can get it tuned in about a day. So longest I've gone is a couple of months. The shortest time I've done it is in 1 day. So that's just, there's your time frame for that. You just got to be ready for issues, and you got to be kind of mechanically inclined. So we get the VE table dialed in on speed density. I turn it back to math only mode. We dial in your math, same process, various RPMs and loads. Send me the log back. After all that's done, we go back to blended. You're going to log it, and this time you're going to give it the beans. You're going to see how spicy it really is. You're going to let me know what the wideband reads if you're not data logging it. I usually have people, like in a 6-speed car, just do a third gear pull from 3,000 all the way to red line. If you're in an automatic, just floor it, you know, like do like a 2nd gear pull or something. It'll be all right. Just let me know what it does. Go do that. If we're thinking that we're kind of spicy on the timing, I'll have you pull a plug, have a gander at it, see what that timing mark looks like, see if you got any salt and pepper on it, which would be detonation, and then just rinse and repeat until it's done. Same thing with a remote dyno tune, but this time I would more than likely be on TeamViewer and just do it live. I've done that quite a few times. Or if you're quick enough with your email, just let me know what it does. You know, it's not a big deal. I've done that before. Just get it knocked out real quick. For HP tuners stuff, so 24X, 4X stuff, I would have you send me the log that's on that computer, on that PCM. You're going to tell me what's done to it. I'm going to send you a base file back, etc., etc. I'm going to send you a channels list for the VCM scanner. So a specific channel list that I use. It's going to record the proper data. I'm going to send you a base file back. You're going to record it 30 minutes, various RPMs and loads. Send it back to me. We go to speed density, rinse and repeat. You see where I'm going with this? Again, if you're not, and then at the end, again, if you're not recording the wideband, you're going to just tell me what it reads. So same process. More times than not, there's more problems with 24x stuff, just because I think some people are actually fighting mechanical issues sometimes, like when they delete their opti. It happens, you know. It just, and you just find that one thing that you're like, oh damn it, I guess it was just this the whole time. I've ran into that a couple of times. I've ran into you know, it'll have a crank sensor issue. It's not gapped far enough. I've ran into the sensor just not working. I've ran into quite a few issues with 24x stuff. Opti stuff is fairly simple to me to diagnose. I usually don't have a lot of problems out of. Usually you can tell right off the bat if one's taking a dump on you. But that's how the tuning process goes. Again, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, feel free to email me. My email is associated with my YouTube channel. Leave a comment. I'll look at all the comments, so I get notifications on it. So if you have a question, leave a comment down below. Hell, make it public. You know, it's cool. But that's going to be it for this one. I'm not trying to sell myself or anything, but that's how I go about doing tuning. I do that for everything. That's LTs, LSs, Coyotes, EcoBoosts, all that stuff. I remote tune all that. My bread and butter though is LT1s and LS1s. That's kind of how it is, you know. And then in-person tunes, you don't need any of that stuff. I have a wideband. I have obviously everything I need. So I just need your vehicle and a couple of hours of your time. That's it. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, do all that YouTuber stuff, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.